Hey y'all! So this weekend I did a little meal prepping for my soft foods week. If that sounds good to you, just stay tuned and I'll show you how I make a low-carb tuna fish salad that is friendly for the soft food week, simple deviled eggs, and how I protein meal prepped for my hubby too. Alright, hello everyone. Alright, so we are making first tuna fish salad. So I went to my local Sprouts. I found skipjack tuna with water. Make sure you're always getting water base and not oil base. It's very, very important. Plus 1 can is 27 grams of protein. So we're already winning at this, right? So you're going to first open it up. I like to listen to music while I cook, but I turned it down for y'all, just so you can actually hear everything I'm saying. Alright, so we drained our tuna fish, and how I made this, or how I boiled my eggs, let me start there. So you have to make some hard-boiled eggs, and I did a bunch because I'm going to make them several ways, but I put them in my big pot, which you can see on my stove right there, and brought it to a boil. Once it came to a full boil, I covered it, removed it from the heat, and let it sit for 12 minutes. Then I pulled it off, I fished out all the eggs, and put them in a cold bath. So that is how I learned how to make hard-boiled eggs. So if you do yours differently, God bless you. Doesn't bother me. And we just get started. So first we're gonna scoop it all out. And you know what? I really need a fork, and I didn't think about that. Let me grab a fork. Once I get all this out, my cats are going crazy because I'm cooking with tuna fish. Crazy little creatures. Alright. 27 grams of protein, that's perfect. So the reason you're gonna need a fork is because see how it kind of comes out in those big chunks like that? You're gonna want to be able to mash it up. And I like to do a round before I even get started. See, it just shreds apart. And get whatever kind of tuna you want. I don't really care. I just like that this one was high protein and it's gonna be perfect for my week of soft foods. Now, as you all know, I was vegan for 10 years. I'm still dairy free, but I will now do some fish, no shellfish, I can't do it. And I started doing eggs just this year. So I started fish in 2019. In 2020, the year of chaos, I also started doing eggs. So maybe I caused the great problem. So then you gotta crack a couple eggs open, right? And I feel like there's probably some better way to do this, to get your eggs out. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So crack-a-rack-a-racka. Then I take my little spoon. Yes, little pup. Okay, so all my eggs are peeled. This is why you want to wash them in an ice bath, and I obviously did not leave them in there long enough because I totally mangled this one, so this one's definitely going in the salad. But they're all peeled. So all we're gonna do next is slice them all in half. And I do have to alter my salad recipe just a little because I'm only on soft foods, so I can't put in like everything I would normally want to. These yolks are looking buttery, y'all. Like I said, I'm not gonna use all of them, but the most mangled ones will go in this salad. Like this one looks pretty good. I'm gonna put that over there. Looks great too. And one goes over there. All right, so I think everyone knows what we do next. It's not a lot of tuna, so I'm only gonna use 3 eggs. So then you, of course, so some people are controversial about this, right? Not everyone will use all the yellows. I like the yellows, you guys. But if you don't want to use them all and you want to stick to mostly egg whites, you just go for it. See, again, I didn't leave this one in the ice bath long enough. So just clean it out as good as you can. Because we're going to chop it up anyway. Oops, sorry, that was probably loud. If they're really perfectly done, they'll just squeeze out. Perfect. All right. A little worried about this one, we may leave it out. All right. So then I go through and I just mash it up again. I like to make this as soft as possible, so during my soft food stage, I won't have any problems. So I like to mix in every stage. Everyone's salad recipe is a little different. You know, if I could eat full solid foods, I would probably also add some cucumber, or not, yeah, maybe cucumber, celery. You know, I'd get a little fancier with my recipe. I always add just a little bit of lemon. And I'm just gonna use ready-made lemon juice, just a drop. I have a fresh lemon, but I'm saving it for a different recipe for y'all. And then again, I'm not gonna eat full pickles, but I do like to use a sweet relish versus a dill. And I'm just gonna use some of the pickled juice. Let me wipe that off a little, even though it's my house. Now, once I'm allowed to eat, obviously this will be a little different. It's okay if you get a little relish in there, but just make sure you're not getting too many chunks. I'm gonna go ahead and pepper. Salt. You know what? I forgot my mayo. Let me grab my mayo. So depending on my recipe, I have two different types of mayos I use. This one's organic, but it's also full fat. See that? 110 per serving. This one's olive oil, which is okay on VSG. They prefer olive oil versus vegetable oil, but it's only 50 calories. So use your fat when you need it, save your calories when you don't. We used all the yellow yolks, so I think we're good. And with this, I don't have any specific measurements because you want to do it to your taste and your palate. So again, we just start stirring up. And you know, not having fish for so many years, I actually forgot how to make tuna fish salad. I had to call my mom, you guys. Her recipe had a little bit more than mine, but I think we'll make it work. It's a little dry, but I'm gonna put a little mustard in it too. So then I'm gonna go back to my egg whites one here and just slice and dice however you want. Just make sure you chew them. That's the important part, right? I like to listen to music, so sometimes I catch myself really listening to the song instead of talking. So we throw in our egg whites now. So see, it's starting to come along. You know. So I could have chopped those up a little smaller, but just a few ounces of this will go such a long way, you guys. I'm just gonna taste a little. Okay, I like that. It does need more salt because my tuna was salt-free, and more pepper. Season it however you really want to. I mean, who am I to say? And then I'm actually going to use a horseradish mustard. This is a highly frowned upon concept in the tuna fish salad world. Most people would use their yellow mustard or Dijon, but to each their own, I say. So I'm going to give it a little shake. And I'm only going to do about a tablespoon's worth. There we go. And again, this is just sprouts. Sprouts and Whole Foods is my jam, you guys. So give it a stir. And that is gonna change the entire course, because people are like, oh, tuna fish salad, it stinks, and blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you what, it's good for you. And this horseradish will change your life, because now you have a flavor bomb. It's still a little bit dry, so I'm gonna add a little bit more mayo, because it's okay, we're using the low calorie version. How's that looking? Now, if I had used regular yellow mustard, I would have put in a little paprika. I like my seasonings. I'm not a stranger to them, let me tell you. Alright, and then you taste test again. There's no point in cooking if you're not gonna taste test along the way. Alright, I hate to say it needs more pickles. I was trying to be cautious, but I'm gonna go ahead and put in the relish. Just make sure you chew your food, guys. You wanna be gentle during your soft food stage on your texture. So, luckily, pickled relish is pretty damn soft. All right, I know it's not pretty to look at, but there we go. That's delicious, that horseradish flavor pop. So tuna fish salad is great because even after VSG, or even after your soft foods, I guess is what I want to say, this makes a really good low carb, high protein meal. And if you don't want to use mayo, you can mix in an avocado. All right, on to our next dish, right? Okay, so let's move on to our deviled eggs. That's right. It's a Easter classic in my family, but another great option for low carb, high protein. And we're not keto in my house, or Atkins or any of those other ones. We just, my husband's really just supporting me. So he's a foodie, he'll eat whatever I make. So again, your yolk should just kind of fall out. And I know these aren't scent favorites in the household, but guys, sometimes you gotta take your health over smell, because this is a great way to hit all of your macros and a different way to have your eggs. Here we go. So again, once they're all in here, you just start mashing. If I was making like a ton of these for like Easter Sunday or something, you could just use a hand mixer. But I'm only making a handful because I don't believe my husband when he says he's gonna eat them all. So I'm making them for me. And if he wants to have some, then I'll make some more. He would just eat a hard-boiled egg as is. And that's the one thing I can't do. I need a little seasoning, you know what I mean? Okay, so we got that pretty crumbly. I probably could have got these in the ice bath a little sooner, but oh well. So, with our mixture, then we do use yellow mustard. Let me just give it a good shake. So the thing with organic mustard is it really breaks up very, very fast and easily. Ooh, there we go. So again, we don't have very much, so I'm just gonna go by eyesight. Again, we gotta use our mayonnaise, our local mayonnaise, right? I want mine super creamy, so go little at first and go to your liking. Everyone's different, you know, some people don't like them super creamy, some people do. take that off of there. That would help. See, it's not quite creamy enough to my liking, but I'm gonna do a little more of each. Because I like mustard. And mustard has like next to no calories. So if you're gonna, like if you wanted to make a homemade dressing or replace mayonnaise with mustard altogether, you totally could, guys. Get creative with your recipes. That's how people discover new things. If you don't have something in your house, just substitute it. You know, I know people who put cream cheese in their deviled eggs. See, that's much, much creamier. Look at that consistency. Beautiful, beautiful. It's not barefoot Contessa pretty, but it'll do. So then we go back to our sweet relish. I'm gonna do just, this is my normal teaspoon, I guess, tablespoon, whatever you wanna call it. It's my little spoon in my silverware set. And I'm gonna do 1.5. Then I'm gonna go back to my seasoning, salt and pepper. And guys, let me tell you, you can never have enough salt. I know I preach on that, I'm just letting you know. Okay, the reason I use lemon juice is it helps keep it a little fresher, a little longer. Deviled eggs and tuna fish salad can stay in your fridge for 4 to 5 days. Hard-boiled eggs, if you leave them in the shell, can stay for 5 days. So you just put them in a container and seal, and there you go. All right, in the mix itself, I'm just gonna do a pinch of paprika. There we go. Just a pinch in the seasoning itself. Put the rest of that back in there. And then of course you dust the top of it too, right? So I know people who get super fancy with their deviled eggs. They have an icing bag, or they'll take, you can take like a sandwich Ziploc baggie and cut the corner off and pipe your filling in. Me, I'm kind of lazy, so I don't want to clean one more thing. Oh, you know what? We forgot to taste test. Duh, guys. That is awesome. So I know some people who do a little sugar, some people who don't like it sweet, so they'll do a little dill pickle instead of relish, or sweet relish. So do whatever you like, guys. So I have my little glass pan here. I like having glass so I can see it in the fridge and know exactly what it is. Not all containers come like that, but we do what we do. And then you just go through and fill. And again, this is for my soft foods week, so this is probably a little creamier than I would normally make on Easter. But you don't have to be fancy. Just take that little spoon and fill, fill, fill. I planned on making more of these, but I was watching Housewives today and didn't go grocery shopping. So maybe next week. Ooh, that one's a little fat. So my pan's a little too big for this. I might switch it out for something else. But who really cares, right? It's just me. Make that a little prettier, I guess. Isn't it amazing how much filling it seems like you make for the same amount of eggs you took the yolks out? I don't like to waste, so these are heaping. That one's a little fatty too, but you know what? It's fine. I could fill this one up a little bit more. Oh, deviled eggs can be so messy, but let me tell you, it makes my mouth water. It's been a long time since I've had deviled eggs. All right. So let me wash my hands real fast. Okay, so my hands are washed. There are my beautiful deviled eggs. And then, of course, you take more paprika. And there's several different kinds out there, guys. Use what you like best. I know people who do a little bit of Cajun instead. Boom, 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 boom. There. Now it looks a little more Barefoot Contessa, right? And there you go. There are deviled eggs that you can just pull the tray out, grab one to snack. Okay, guys. The last thing I'm going to show you today is I'm prepping snack boxes for my husband. He's the ultimate snacker, and so these are for him, but I found these cute little containers from Amazon that are awesome meal preps. They're like homemade Lunchables, and if I have these ready, he's more likely to go for this than something he shouldn't have. So, a couple things I'm putting in. First, sliced almonds, unsalted. A third of a cup is 160 calories and 6 grams of protein. So, and this is something I can start doing for myself too when I'm allowed to eat like real food. So that goes in one little pouch, and I'm going to make him 4. So I'm going to do all 4 of these at once. Well, that'll probably work. Yeah, all 4 of these at once. More of a snack. Then, I told you, he likes hard-boiled eggs. Then I'm doing a thing of string cheese. He loves string cheese. This kid, I tell you, liked string cheese. I just did the low part skim. It's exactly what he likes. 60 calories per serving and another 8 grams of protein. My husband's going to be in better shape than me, and they just fold and stick right in. They're awesome. So if you all are going to work, you could take these little snack packs and get all your little meals in throughout the day. I wonder if they make vegan string cheese. Someone let me know in the comments. There we go. And so typically I'll reserve this last spot for some fruit, but like I said, I didn't go grocery shopping. But you could do a little cutie in here. You could do some berries. So today we're gonna do a few little tomatoes because he will just eat these like candy, and it's technically a fruit. So I'm gonna do 4 in each one. That way he's getting a little bit of the rainbow. And I guarantee you, out of everything in here, he'll go for the tomatoes first. And then I have these cute little lids that just pop right on. So you pop all those on, put them in the fridge, and then he can just, whatever, can just grab these and go. It makes it so easy. And there you go, there's 4 little snacks throughout the day. And a whole lot of protein. So there we go. We have 4 ready to go snack packs. Like I said, those eggs, when you leave them in the shell, last 4 to 5 days, so that's perfect. And you know what, on Fridays, he's a little lax in his diet, so I only made 4. So there we go. There is my meal prep for the week. Deviled eggs, 4 protein packs for my husband, and some tuna fish salad for me. Thanks for joining me this week. Please hit the subscribe button below, as well as check out my description links for all of my special goodies for you. And let's talk soon, shall we?